Good afternoon, members of the Public Health Committee. My name is Jennifer Barahona, and I live in Fairfield. I'm testifying in support of SB 1076, an act concerning aid in dying. I have testified more times than I can remember, and it never gets easier, but I have witnessed the horror of a prolonged death without relief, so I will not stop until we have the same rights in Connecticut afforded to a quarter of the citizens across this country. Every year I sit through testimony where I hear people tell you about how strong our palliative care system is and they can guarantee a pain-free death. While that is true in many cases, it's absolutely not in others. I have lived through both and am here to speak the truth from actual experience, not speculation. I believe everyone is only one bad death away from supporting this bill. One of the most important moments of my life was holding my precious father's hand when he drew his last breath. It was quiet, it was peaceful, he was not in pain. Exactly how we imagine it ends, thanks in part to Hollywood. But allow me to share a very different experience just 3 years later when my beloved mother died of ALS. I wish I had more time so I could share more about how wonderful she was and more about her life and less about her horrific death. But in the span of a year, she went from conducting choirs and winning bridge tournaments to dying. It's hard to describe just how horrible that year was for her and for all of us who loved her so much. Early in her diagnosis, she needed a feeding tube because the muscles in her throat couldn't prevent her from choking on her food. A former opera singer, she was left with no ability to talk or to eat. And one of the very last things she ever wrote in a pen that was barely legible was, "Would you do my eulogy?" After that, she relied on a Dynavox speaking device and wrote to me, "This isn't what I would consider life. I hope the end comes quickly." It did not. She stopped taking nutrition through her feeding tube on September 1st, 2009. We were told we had a few days, and to our horror, she spent 2.5 weeks moaning with her limbs turning black, pleading with her eyes for what we had absolutely no way to know. She wanted to be lucid until the end, and like Jill, I could not honor that request. As her healthcare proxy, all I could do was hold her hand and whisper over and over for 18 days, "I'm sorry, it will be over soon. It's okay to let go." I hate that she suffered. She was truly the most remarkable mother to me and my 5 siblings. I love and I miss her so much. I hate that the 35 years of incredible memories I do have are often overshadowed by the pain of watching her suffer so much in those final months and weeks. She nurtured and cared for all 6 of us through every difficult moment of our lives, and I hate we couldn't do more for her at the end. I've also been very clear that she would likely not have chosen this option for herself. But I also know and have no doubt that she'd support this choice for others. She believed, like I do, and like 75% of Connecticut residents, that individuals should have autonomy over their bodies. And how are we denying people this choice? How are we okay letting humans suffer in ways that we've decided are unacceptable for our pets? We have listened to concerns, we have compromised, we've worked to craft a bill with strict safeguards, despite the fact that there haven't been any evidence of abuse in other cases. The power is in your hands to give people another option, one where they can have a humane, dignified, and well-planned transition from this life, with final moments not surrounded by pain and fear, but by love and comfort. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your testimony, and thank you for sharing your experience and your pain with us. Representative McCarthy, he has a question or comment.
I just want to say thank you, Jennifer, for all that you have taught me and for your witness and sharing your story so many times for so many years. And I have not said that to so many others, but wherever we all are on this issue, we all experience pain, the pain of loss, of losing people. And whether you're for or against this, I think that you have shown tremendous compassion, as have so many others. And I appreciate that tremendously. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Representative Fahey. And I just want to say that, to a comment about ulterior motives, I have no ulterior motives. I'm a CEO of an organization. I'm a mother of 2. I just drove back from Boston for 4 days with my daughter. I could be at work right now. I'm only here because I watched someone suffer unbelievably, and I only want other people to have a choice not to have to do that. So there is no hidden motive other than just I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm compassionate. I believe people should have an option.
Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you for every time you come in and help us understand the pain. Thank you.
Thank you.